Hello, BookTube. I thought I'd do a little bit of a book haul and go over some of the stuff I've been reading. As you'll notice, I have a new piece of technology here, something I've been looking forward to for a long time. I thought it might help make this a little more of a high-tech show with showing off the books a bit. So we'll see how it goes. So the first part of the haul I want to show you is this. Get it up here nice and close for you. This is The Creators, A History of Heroes of the Imagination by Daniel J. Borstein. I've had this book in the past. I've had multiple copies. And found a set within the last year that I really enjoy. I saw that everyone who reads It Must Converse, a channel I enjoy, he also has this. And this is, in that series, this is The Discoverers. So, it's obviously a box set. Let's move this out of the way and give you an idea of what this is like. So here, this is from Alfred Russel Wallace. These are some of the images. This is a Dioscorides with a student. So pretty nice volume. So I have that set to follow up The Creators. Let me put these back. Well, I'll do that later. And then in a totally different edition, I've got the third one, and that's The Seekers, the story of man's continuing quest to understand his world. It's quite a nice set to have. I'm glad to have all of these now. I would love to have all of them in these nice illustrated editions. I'm not really sure if they ever did it, but if they did, I will track them down. So on top of that, a friend of mine gave me a couple books the other day, and this here is Winston S. Churchill and the Editors of Life magazine, special edition for young readers. It's a deluxe golden book. Just a charming thing. I actually have worked on the archives of some of these artists, or one of these artists, Ogden Pleisner, but just beautifully illustrated. Thrilled to have it. It's also the photographs, maps. This thing, special edition for young readers, Golden Press, New York. It came out in 1960. And here you get end papers and all that. And she also gave me this, The Lost Squadron, a fleet of warplanes locked in ice for 50 years. Can they be freed to fly again? A true story by David Hayes. Really fascinating. This came out as a Hyperion Madison Press book. And it came out in 1994. And they go up to the ice cap. Well, here's a painting of, it's also has some artwork in it. So it's a squadron that, had to ditch on the ice. And quite fascinating. See if I have a map. I can just look through this all day. So I'll read it to you. Pad Epps pointed downward at the glittering white ice fields of southern Greenland. In August of 1980, after a week of buzzing through the Arctic in a single-engine plane, Epps and his friend Richard Taylor were flying home. The night before, in a bar at a remote airstrip, the talk had turned to the legendary Lost Squadron. This squadron, so the story ran, was on a World War II mission when it ditched in Greenland in 1942. The crews had been rescued, but their brand new warplanes were left on the ice cap. Someone said they had been seen as recently as the early 60s. So, aviation treasure hunt in a way, I guess. So, pretty neat. Then at a thrift store today, I picked up a copy of the Gutenberg Elegies, The Fate of Reading in an Electronic Age. And this is Sven Burkert's. This is a well-known book, and it came out in 1994, where he talks about print versus electronic, e-books, whatever, and what that means. So I'm looking forward to giving that a read. Also, I found a replacement copy. I had a copy of Dune from the 1960s. I mean, it's a paperback, and it just had been worn to death. So I was thrilled to find this copy here of the 50th anniversary edition. Trade paperback, really good shape. I got it for like 50 cents, I think. Here's that. And one of my favorite books of all time. So nice to have a copy that's in good shape. And very, very happy about that. So those are most of the new books. I haven't been out a lot. I am in the middle of reading some things. We've had a lot of projects at work, a lot of projects we're doing as a family, so the reading's been a bit of a challenge, but I am making progress. Rick Atkinson, The British Are Coming, The War for America, Lexington to Princeton, 1775 to 1777, Volume 1 of the Revolution Trilogy. I've been reading this for a while. I just pick it up every once in a while and get back into it. The writing's really good, and the pace is good. And some of the details he brings out, I've really enjoyed that you don't see quite as much. So the more of it I read, the happier I am with it. So where am I at on this? Yeah, 327. So I'll be finishing up pretty soon on that, I hope. I'm also reading Full Duty: Vermonters in the Civil War by Howard Coffin, with a foreword by Edwin Bierce. So I had ancestors who fought in the Vermont Cavalry in the Civil War, so it's of interest to me. This is Countryman Press Incorporated, Woodstock, Vermont, and I am just about to get into the chapter on the Vermont Cavalry. So that's page 99. So really, really enjoying that, learning a lot about my state's involvement in that war and the names that came from here or through here. So really good read. And then finally with Jason Harrigan over at Byways and Bookland, he's doing a read-along. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. It's Umberto Eco's Foucault's Pendulum. Jason knows way more about all these things than I do, which is nice, because he's going to be giving us each week a little wrap-up and some guidance and some insights into what we're reading. I've read, and I'll read some more tomorrow. I'm on chapter 8, page 54. And to tell you the truth, I've had to Google a few things, look a few things up. It's a very dense, really packed narrative with a lot of detail, a lot of background stuff on esoteric subjects that I don't know much about. So but I'm enjoying it. Even with his introductory video, it kept me made me be on the lookout for a few things that I did run into that I may have missed. So enjoying that very much. So let me know what you think of the high tech. See if that's going to be a help or just a distraction. So hope all is well. Thank you, BookTube.